You spoke at a very powerful thing with Russell Brand the other night, where you talked very movingly about your father. We've had this conversation before about your father. He was an alcoholic, and you talked very honestly about this. He died in his early 60s from alcoholism. But in the course of the debate that night, Russell Brand suggested that in relation to addiction, that what this country should do, and Prince William raised this issue last week, that we need to move quite fast to legalising drugs, that criminalising drugs in this country worsens rather than helps decelerate addiction. What do you think of that?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm afraid that was something where I actually disagree with Russell. I don't think we need to change the law on drugs. I don't think we need to legalise or decriminalise. But the point I was making, and thank you for saying I spoke out so personally, I do appreciate that. I genuinely do. But the point I was making is that when you look at the drug and alcohol treatment services across the country, they're being cut back now. And even drug and alcohol services for children are being cut back quite severely because of the cuts to the health service more broadly. And I was making the point that when you've got a situation where there's 2 million children growing up with an alcoholic parent, you've got more and more people being admitted to hospital because of drug abuse issues, we've really got to be doing something to deal with addiction, and rather than cutting back treatment and prevention services, we should be investing in treatment and prevention services. So I'm afraid on the point of legalisation and decriminalisation, I did disagree with Russell Brand, but he never actually asked me that in the meeting, so I never got the chance to say it.
Is Prince William unwise to even raise the spectre of potentially decriminalising drugs? He didn't endorse it, but he did raise it as, is this something we should look at?
Well, I think it's important that Prince William is contributing to the debate about what is an extremely serious issue. When, as I say, when you look at the addiction figures, when you look at the numbers of, for example, deaths in this country now, which are because of drug-related incidents, people are. There's more and more people dying because of drugs. There's more, as I say, more people being admitted to emergency A&Es because of drugs. More people got alcohol problems. More and more children growing up with families of alcoholics. So I think Prince William is right to raise this debate because I think it is an issue that we don't talk about enough. And you know something, when I spoke out about my dad, and it was very painful to do so, and I still feel very guilty about speaking out about it. I sort of feel like I'm betraying his memory. What does strike me is that I can walk down the street and I get stopped by people who thank me for speaking out. And this issue of whether it's alcohol addiction or drug addiction affects so many more people than perhaps the sort of the stereotypes or the way we think about it by what we read in the newspapers suggests. There's a lot of families are affected by this, and it's kind of shut up and it's behind closed doors. And I think if Prince William contributes to the debate, I think that helps people to talk about this issue. I think that can only be a good thing.
Well, I think you talking about it has had a big effect, and I felt that when you came on the programme. I felt that when I watched the very moving clip, which has gone viral on the internet from the other night. I think it's a powerful thing. I totally get why you might feel a bit guilty, but I wouldn't stop doing it because I think it does have a big resonance with people. I tell you, talking of resonance, we wanted to leave you on a slightly happier note because it turns out, doesn't it, Twinkle Toes, that if Strictly Come Dancing are looking for a hot new contestant, if somebody was to pull out and say Charlotte fell over, broke a leg, look no further than the Ashworth. Look at this, the Travolta. Wow. You probably have no idea what we're showing people. This is a video of you doing what appears to be a very fast-moving rumba. Hands going, feet in tune. Wow. I mean, if I was Bruno Tonioli, I'd be like, magnificent, darling. Can you tell us any more about your dancing?
Oh, well, I've got plenty of secrets here. But what I would say, if you make, what I would say is that if I did get the chance to go on Strictly this winter, I wouldn't be able to because I'll be out there campaigning about the NHS because I'm very worried about the state of the NHS this winter, which is why today I've called for a 500 million fund so we never have a winter like the one we've just had in our National Health Service with people waiting in corridors on trolleys and ambulances backed up.
You see, I tried to lighten the mood at 6:46.
I know, but I want to get my lines in.
Right, and you managed to crush it in typical political fashion by then boring us all to tears. But
Well, do you know what? I don't think he's making a boring
press
point.
officer telling me why have I not got my press release in?
Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with you that the NHS needs more cash, and you know, it looks like there's problems on the horizon. But well done for getting the politics in, Jon Ashworth. Thanks very much
and
indeed.
well done on the dancing. I can see him on the Strictly floor. Jon Ashworth, thank you.